Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video we're talking getting started with Warhammer 40k boarding actions, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Anathema Psykana. Now, the Anathema Psykana are a part of the Adeptus Custodes army. You can find all their rules in the Adeptus Custodes battle tome. Now, with the Anathema Psykana, you can run them as a full army, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video today. We're going to go and talk a little bit about how you can muster a boarding action force for the Anathema Psykana and some little rules adaptations for them as well. We'll then look at a couple of units we recommend to get started with for the faction before looking at a couple of units to expand upon after those initial purchases are made. We'll then finish off the video showing you a little sample 500 point army list which will hopefully give you some inspiration for starting your own Anathema Psykana army in Warhammer 40k boarding actions. And so, mustering a boarding action for the Anathema Psykana. Pretty standard for the first one, all shield host units in your boarding patrol must be from the same shield host. This is just standard. You have to be from that same sort of sub-faction. Now, you can include a fast attack slot, which normally you can't. Normally it's only 3 troops, 3 elites, 1 HQ, but you can include a fast attack slot so long as that unit is a Witch Seeker squad, which is the flamer-wielding Sisters of Silence. Now, this is the other one. You can only add a Knight Centurion model in your boarding party if you include at least one of an Anathema Psykana unit, which shouldn't be a problem if we're focusing on a whole Anathema Psykana army, but if you are maybe bringing some Custodes in, remember you can't, buy the cheap Anathema Psykana hero and then get all Custodes as your troops. You have to have, a Anathema Psykana unit to go along with the Centurion. Now, the rule adaptation here affects the Anathema Psykana, where when a Psychic takes a Psychic test, the total is only affected by units with the Daughters of the Abyss rule that are visible to the Psychic units. And so, where to get started? Well, of course, with our Knight Centura. Now, you build the Knight Centura out of the box set of the Sisters of Silence, though you certainly can go pick up something like Aaliyah or something to use as instead, and we'll talk about her in just a second. Now, the Knight Centura is equipped standard with an Executioner Grey Blade, which is a really cool, nice weapon. Melee, plus 2 strength, minus 3 AP, damage 2. So, you're going to be at a nice strength of 5 with 5 wounds, 4 attacks, 3+ save. You got a Void Sheen Cloak, giving you a 5-up invulnerable save on your Knight Centura. And the Cadre Tactics allow friendly Anathema Psykana core units within 6 inch. Each time a model in that unit makes an attack, you can reroll the wound rolls of 1. You can choose to go to the other 2 weapon options Anathema Psykana units have throughout the army, which is you can take a Witch Seeker Flamer, or you can take that Mastercrafted Bolt Gun if you wish to. But if we're looking at a unit to add in alongside them to begin with, I think Vigilators for me are the way to go in a boarding action. Vigilators themselves are wielding no shooting weapons, but all of them have those Executioner Great Blades, same as the Knight Centurion we just talked about. These are just a really nice solid unit. They're core, so they're going to get those rerolls to wound, which is nice. And they're going to be packing out a few attacks out of model. Nice AP minus 3, damage 2 on all of them is super fun to use on the table. Now, looking at where to go next, obviously, let's look at the troops choice we have available to us, the other unit we can take 3 times besides the Vigilators. So the Prosecutors have the standard bolt guns. They don't have Mastercrafted like the Knight Centura does, but they do have that cool rapid fire strength 4, no AP, damage 1 bolt gun, stock standard sort of stuff. And like all our Anathema Psykana units, they've got the Daughters of the Abyss rule, which is just so much fun. The unit cannot be targeted or affected by psychic powers at all. Each time a psychic test is taken for a unit, you subtract 1 from the total for each unit with this ability within 18 inch and visible in boarding actions. And each time an attack is made by this model that targets an enemy psychic or demon within 6 inch, add 1 to that attack's wound roll. So if you're fighting demons, if you're fighting psychics, these models will tear them apart. The last squad to talk about is the fast attack choice we can take 1 unit of, which is a Witch Seeker Flamer squad. Now, the Witch Seekers have their Flamers, Assault D6, Strength 4, minus 1 AP, damage 1, but they also have the Seeker Cadre rule, where at the start of the first battle round, before the first turn begins, this unit, or in a normal game, if that's what you're playing, the transport they're embarked upon, can make a normal move of up to 6 inch as if it were your movement phase, and then must end more than 9 inch away from all other enemy units. So pretty cool stuff there. And Flamers, in those tight corridors, getting lots of hits is going to be great for clearing out hordes. Now lastly, we have Aaliyah. She is a named character available to the Sisters of Silence. She's got Cadre Tactics, just like the Knight Centura, and a Void-Sheen Cloak. She has the Oblivion Knight Warlord trait, which is going to allow her to add 1 to advance and charge rolls, made for Anathema Psykana infantry within 6 inch, and she can reroll wound rolls of 1 herself as well. But her big extra thing is she's got the Tenacious Spirit rule, where at the start of the fight phase, if this model is within engagement range of any enemy units, it fights first for that phase. And in addition, if this model is destroyed in the fight phase, it can fight before it is removed. She has a Misericordia, a ton of other units, but she's got Somnus, which is her giant Great Blade, plus your strength minus 3 AP damage too, so that extra little bit of strength on her. Now, here is our sample army list for the Adeptus Custodes. We have gone with Anathema Psykana, obviously, for this army. And then we've gone for taking the sub-faction, which will be the Emissaries Imperium. Now, the Emissaries Imperatus is a really fun one. So, first of all, at the start of the fight phase, if a unit with this trait is within engagement range, it fights first. So, this is really cool. We've got fights first. We're generally not that tough, so being able to get our attacks out first is super important. Trait 2 is each time a model in this unit makes an attack, you can ignore any or all modifiers for the hit or to wound roll. So it says any or all, so this means you can choose to take your bonuses, but choose to ignore your opponent's negatives, which is really cool. And then you've got Conservire, which is the Martial Qatar for the Force. Stance 1 of this is the unit can perform an action, even on which turn at which it advanced or fell back. And while this unit's performing an action, it can still shoot. So you can keep your units active on the table. Now, the Knight Centura, we've gone for Oblivion Knight. We just talked about that. That's Aaliyah's Warlord trait there already. So that's what we've gone. And then we've gone for giving it the Relic, which will be the Raptor Blade. The Relic of the Vigil, the Raptor Blade, it just increases her Ground Blade, puts it up to +3 strength, so the same strength as Aaliyah, but goes to -4 AP, which is really cool. That a little bit better than Aaliyah. Lastly, we have our troops. So we've got a Prosecutor squad of 5 models, 2 Vigilator squads, 1 of 10, 1 of 5, and a Witch Seeker squad of 10 models as well, rounding out our Anathema Psykana force. If you've been playing with the Anathema Psykana, if you've got plans for Anathema Psykana inboarding actions, you've got some ideas, let us know down in the comments below. And so that is the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our little community here at Sinful Gaming, we have a Discord server which is linked down in the video's description. Also, down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel via Patreon and YouTube members, or by grabbing some merch from either Ko-fi or Teespring. All of these are the best ways to help support the channel, and it means the world to us that people do choose to help support us. Now, as a special thank you to everyone who supports the channel via Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons, Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lowe, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Q Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Bloobs, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Kevin Bowman, Iron Grinch, and Nuffs. And to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Weir, James South, Dave Crozier, Dylan Areno, and James Tillman. And lastly, a special thank you to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for the channel you can see here, and indeed pick up the stickers of the amazing artwork or the amazing artwork on our merch as well if you want to. But thank you once again, everyone, and a special thanks as well to everyone who helps support the channel and to all those who come and help with the channel, be the people that come and do battle reports or indeed those that are managing our Discord server. Thank you all once again, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.